I bet you're wondering why I called you here today.
Seriously, you said there'd be free food!
Okay, calm down. I delivered on that. Okay, you try finding food for 4 people in 5 minutes. The point is, I need your help. So remember that deal I got with the movie producer on Friday? Well, I'm meeting with him tomorrow, and I'm a little farther behind than I'd hoped I'd be. I need your help to get this thing written by then.
Well, what do you got so far?
Well, it's a little complicated.
What's it about?
Well, like I said, it's complicated.
Who are the characters?
I'm not exactly that far along yet.
You don't even have characters?
How far along are you with this? Is there even a plot?
Do you even know what you're doing?
Are there even croissants?
Okay, damn! You got me. I don't have anything.
Wait, you got this deal Friday?
Yeah?
It's Monday. What were you doing all weekend?
Yeah, I'll do it later. I've still got time. Still gonna do it. It's not important. What is important is that we get this thing written. Now, does anyone have any ideas? No idea is too stupid.
I've got an idea. What's the greatest Christmas movie of all time?
It's a Wonderful Life?
Charlie Around Christmas.
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians!
Die Hard. So what I'm thinking is that it's like Die Hard, but not on Christmas.
So, like, every other action movie other than Die Hard.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, there are plenty of other movies better than Die Hard. I mean, there's The Matrix, Terminator 2, Mad Max, Speed. You're not... Okay, whatever. Just tell us what you got.
Well...
Okay, so like there's this cop, and he's got a wife, and they love each other at junk. But then one day there's this crime boss, and he's like, that cop sucks super hard. And then he kills his wife. And then the cop is like, no! And the crime boss is like, eat it, nerd! And then the cop is all, I'm gonna track you down and avenge my wife. And the crime boss is like, whatever. Throws away his badge. And then he puts on his cool leather jacket. And then he goes to this cool training montage where he's getting all badass. And he fights a bunch of stuff. And when that's all over, he says something like some cheesy one-liner. And then he tracks down the crime boss. And then the crime boss is like, oh geez, I didn't think you'd actually do it. And the cop says, well, I did. And then kills him. And then the cop is standing over his wife's grave, and he's like, I totally killed him, babe. But he's still super sad because his wife is dead and stuff.
Boom! Well, I stand corrected. At least one idea is too stupid. What else have we got?
I've got an idea. Why do people go to the movies?
To distract them from their terrible lives.
Exactly. And what's more distracting than fear?
I got you, bro. So you're just showing something really scary, like Hitler riding a tricycle.
Or the poor.
Okay, so like a horror movie.
Better. I was thinking something more like this.
my honeymoon. They go into a town and find this creepy, abandoned old house. And there's some old guy outside who's like, oh, don't go in there. And they're like, why? It was built in the year 1666 atop an old Indian burial ground. It was then turned into an insane asylum, which was closed for unspecified reasons. It was then turned into an orphanage, which was burned down, rebuilt, and then was closed for unspecified reasons. Some say it's haunted. And they're like, whatever, we're going in anyway. And the old guy's like, your funeral. So they go inside. And it's really dark and creepy, and really creepy, like super, super creepy. And they get lost, and they see this guy, and they're like, oh, thank God, can you help us? And the guy takes out an axe, and he's like, if by help you mean axe murder, and they're like, oh gosh, run away, And then they run away, and the husband gets killed by the axe dude, and the wife is, and runs outside, and the axe murderer is all like, whoa, where's she going? So then the axe murderer walks out, walks all the way up the steps in a creepy, slow manner. He takes off his masks, and it's the old guy, and he says, I told you not to go in there. And she screams. And that's it.
Okay, better, but what happened to the ghosts and the Indian burial ground and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Also, I think an old man being an axe murderer is kind of unrealistic.
You're right. It should be an old woman.
I don't think... Fine. I still can't make a movie out of that.
I thought it was hilarious.
It wasn't a comedy.
I think you're wrong about that.
Does anyone have any other ideas? That doesn't involve people getting gruesomely murdered.
I have an idea.
So there's this guy and this girl. They meet in college. They're kind of worried because he's like this super bad guy and she's like this really nice girl. And she's all like, I can't be with you. And he's like, but I was made for you, baby. And then they move in together and they're super in love. And everybody's like, no, he's so bad. But eventually they warm up to him. And they're gonna get married. But he gets drafted and has to go to war. So they postpone the wedding. She can't wait for him to come back. But when he does, he's all scarred from the war with like PTSD and stuff. And he still loves her, but he pushes her away because she can't understand what he's been through. They don't see each other for like 7 years.
Why 7?
Because 10 is too painful and 5 isn't painful enough. Meanwhile, the girl falls in love with someone else. But not nearly as much as with the first guy. But she gets cancer. And he's taking care of her. But all she wants is to see her true love one last time. So, after months of searching, they find him. And he's on his way to the hospital to see her when he gets in a car crash and dies. And when she finds out, she dies too from the cancer.
So, what did you think?
It feels though.
You said no one was going to die!
But their love never died.
Shut up! can't release that. Everyone who sees it will be on suicide watch. Does anyone here have anything else? Anything at all?
I have an idea.
Wait a second, how do you...
Baguette, oui oui, au fromage. Oh, baguette, croissant. Quel fromage!
Such is the folly of man.
What the was that?
I think I'm gonna throw up.
I see you don't understand real art.
Come on, you guys, we've been at this for hours. We don't have a single idea to show for it. It's starting to be a joke. You guys are geniuses. Except for you. I don't know what your deal is. I don't know if you're high or homeless or European or...
I thought you hated our ideas.
I totally do! I hate them! But I think I have an idea. So their ideas are so bad, I think it'd be hilarious if they were made into comedies. So what do you think?
That's terrible. Literally, the worst idea I've ever heard.
I want the right amount.
I don't know.
No, that's not enough.